It's time for September monthlies. September, in case you didn't know it, didn't feel it, is going to be a huge month. That's with a capital H and a capital G. So for the monthlies, I've broken this down into 2 videos. This is going to be Taurus love. The second video is going to be everything else. But because the 2 parts of our lives got big shit going on, if that's resonating with you, it just made more sense for me to break this down into 2 separate readings instead of having 1 hour long. And that, who's to say that this is not going to be an hour long? Who knew? But that's the kind of shit we got going on. What I saw shuffling, four cups, 5 of coins, walking away from something. Oh hell, my brain is just dead. The general gist here is that a lot of you, as far as relationships are concerned, are walking away from situations that are no longer serving you. And I know you're probably hearing that on everybody's video. Yeah, everybody's walking away from things that are no longer serving you. Yeah, well, that's real talk, especially in love. Not necessarily, let me clear this up, not necessarily walking away from a person, but walking away from things in relationships that don't serve you. So if you've been doing something with your partner and it's not happening, it just gets dropped. There's not a whole lot of heavy duty energy behind it. This is not working, let's move on. For some of you, it is very much about walking away from a person that's not working out for you, and done. There's not a whole lot of arguing, complaining, fussing, none of that shit. So let's get the cards on the board. This is a reminder, I do my cards straight up. I don't do reversals. How we gonna do this? Big ass cards. So we're still in the energy of balancing our own energy. Very much so. A lot of you got a lot of things that are just kind of out of whack, if you will. So this is, you're still in that trying to balance what you want against what you got, against where you're trying to go, against where you are, type shit. Marriage is on the table for a lot of you. And I'm not talking about walking down the aisle tomorrow. That's not what I mean. But you are, whether you're doing it or whether the universe is doing it for you, you are in position to start talking about walking down the aisle. So let's look at what's on the board right now. Ooh, these cards are big. The Moon, Cups, Pentacles, Strength card, more Cups, more Wands, the Empress, Strength card, Justice card, the Moon. Those are your majors with the big cards. And it's looking like the first week is going to be a lot of action in terms of planning, moving things forward in your relationship. For some of you, it's about reunions, getting back with someone, maybe something that didn't work out, or situationship from the past that you want to turn into a relationship now, that kind of energy. Yeah, getting prepared. Getting prepared. You see little sprigs? Getting ready. That's where you're at. A lot of y'all are getting ready to move into, and you probably already know who it is, but you're not seeing the end of this. You're just happy you're getting back with the person. But it's got marriage written all over it. So you got 2 coins sitting up on top. The Knight of Coins, the Knight and the 9 of Coins. 9 is on the front, the Knight is on the back. So let's run through this. The 2 of Wands. Who's the 2 of Coins? The 3 of Wands. Who is the 2 of Swords? The Moon card. Who's the Justice? The second time Justice is on the board. 10 of Cups on top of the 10 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Who's the 3 of Cups? This is all good shit right here. Ace of Cups. 9 of Swords. 4 of Wands. 7 of Swords. Strength card. Queen of Wands. Empress. 3 of Wands. 7 of Cups. Lovers. Justice. 8 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Pulls the 5 of Wands. A lot of wine energy on the board. All right here. And then spread out in the big cards up there. So this is an action month, or you're thinking about the action. You're planning the action, whatever the action is going to be. So let's get this crunked up. This is the love reading for Taurus for September 2020. So the King of Wands with the Knight is early, y'all. The 9 of Coins. Trying to achieve that higher standard, but you're trying to do this with, for some of you, there's more than one person. You got options. 7 of Cups is not on the board, but this is the feeling. You've got options. And so you're trying to either get with an old person or a new person that you like. And for a lot of you, this is boiling down to what's in your heart, not necessarily the most practical thing or the most practical person you'd be choosing, but you're still trying to keep your standards. Some of you may be feeling like because you're choosing the person that you really like, or the head over heart choice, the heart choice in that issue, you're making a heart choice, and you may be feeling like, I don't know, maybe you need to work on some shit. It's not as bad probably as many of you are thinking, but this is where your head is right now. Some of you may have a new person. They may seem a little different to you. They may come off as being rather arrogant. Might be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. That's where you are. You want to get past all this bullshit and start working on something, achieving something with this person. On the back end, the 2 of Pentacles with the Knight of Pentacles, basically, all coins here. Some of y'all are stressed. Y'all are just straight ass stressed. And you are out of sync. You are out of balance. You got no harmony. You got notes and shit in 5 different keys. Shit just ain't sounding right. And so you're trying to, again, we're going back to this whole balance thing. In this deck, that's what that looks like. It's the 2 of Coins, 2 of Pentacles up here. You see, it's more of a balancing act. You personally, not so much, we're going to get to this because this has got its own implications. Not so much weighing, but trying to balance all of this. Balance your emotions, balance your money, balance all of that shit, so that you can focus on what it is that you're trying to manifest in your relationship. Taking inventory. Taking stock. What you're bringing to the table. And let me just say this, because I don't know who this applies to, but somebody needs to hear. It doesn't matter what kind of job you have, but how you're maintaining, taking inventory, and how you're maintaining in this era of chaos. Your partner is watching you. Let me just throw that out there. Whoever, potential, current, they're watching you. They're watching how you come through this, how you go through the whole thing. If you're keeping your cool, are you losing it? What are you doing? You're being watched. Just know that part. So when we get to the first week of September, 2s and 2s and 2s and 2s and 2s and 2s and 2. Two of Coins on top of the Two of Wands. Now, we talk about balancing. And what you're balancing is planning. Trying to plan. Trying to make progress. Trying to weigh all your options. Look at everything that's on the table for love. How it's making you feel. How it's making you respond. How it's making you act, basically. Which then has you here in your head. And so many of you are not looking at the real reality, and in a good sense, I'm going to say, you're not looking at the good part of the reality of what you're dealing with. You really are looking at, is this going to work or it ain't going to work? I don't know. And it's still that double weighing. The point here is that you need to be planning, preparation, have some foresight about who it is that you're thinking about, who it is that you're thinking about hooking up with, and what the expectation is in your head. We haven't included the other person in this just yet. This is about you thinking about what you want, weighing your options, looking at the reality, the good and the bad, but really the good. Looking, because a lot of y'all are missing the good because you're going through so much other shit. You're not seeing the good in the choice. Head over heart, heart over head. Most of you are making this heart decision, trying to remove the logic, and at some point you just get hung up. Like, the fuck? Is this really what I see? I think it is. Thought. Do your best to keep the emotional. See all that water back there? Do your best to keep the emotional out of this process. I'm not saying just wipe it out completely, but making, if it's a hard decision, looking at the hard decision and looking at the reality of it. Just saying, there may be some delays in terms of you communicating what you're feeling. You may be stuck. You may not know what to say. Some of you may just be that smitten where you're like, oh, you're so beautiful, I can't talk. That kind of shit. No worries. It's all good. At the end of this, justice gonna be served. You're gonna get, a lot of you have not been getting what you deserve. And I'm saying this in a good sense. A lot of y'all have been getting, like, because you've been picking people that you think are going to go the distance. This is not the energy for that. You need to pick the person that you know you really have a lot of feeling for. Justice is going to be served. Don't limit yourself to just one thing. I don't know how that's resonating. Follow your intuition. There may be some deceptive things going on that you may be unaware of, so just follow your intuition. But again, don't get hung up here. Look at all sides. The person you may not want to deal with, let's put that part out there, may be the one trying to deceive you at this point, because they may have a feeling that they ain't on the list, or they just got crossed off the list. So they may tell some lie or come up with some bullshit. Just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. Ultimately, the moon card is always about facing that dark side of you, facing your fears. Be practical about whatever it is that you're doing. If it's a lover that you really have a lot of feeling for, but you know there are things that may be missing, get down to the practical. Get back to basics and figure out how you can make it work. When you get to the second week, it's all good. It was all good. Ten of Swords, it's about an ending. So some things may be ending, some relationships may be ending for you so you can start something new. It's about a change of fortune, a change in luck, ending bad situations. A lot of you are right in that energy, trying to end a bad situation so you can get into a better situation. For the most part, the worst of whatever's going on is over. Probably more to the point because you've made a decision about what you're trying to do. So you can get the happy family card. And so some of you will begin to see and feel this. Like, let all the negative go. Let people that 5 of coin energy be walking away from just fucked up shit. And the universe just granting you that change of fortune so you can get this wish fulfillment. Next to that, in the second week, the 3 of Cups sitting on top of the Queen of Pentacles. It's about the celebration. But it's also about your inner strength, and that this is sitting on top of the Strength card. Yeah, sitting on top of the Strength card is not a mistake, but there are changes you're going to have to make when you're dealing with emotional situations. It's just going to be some changes that you have to make you yourself, and you're going to have to pull on your inner strength. You're going to have to be patient. And again, this talks about being down to earth. You have to get back to basics. Some of you may need to get grounded. Ultimately, the celebration is there. For a very small few of you, there may be a baby on the way. Baby, baby, baby. And so in that energy, looking at the things that need to be changed, sitting on top of the Queen of Pentacles, for those of you that may be pregnant, it's slow moving energy, but you're going to have to find the inner strength to make the changes that you need to make. Don't get into overthinking this, over processing it, or being overly emotional about it. Accept it for what it is, especially if it's baby type stuff, and move on. Know that you got the strength to do whatever it is that needs to be done, whether it be with full family, including said baby, or not. There may be things that you just have to overcome to get to where you're trying to get in your love relationship. The end of the second week, the 9 of Swords sitting on top of the Ace of Cups. I know this came up in another reading, I think, for Taurus. Realizing that the person, because you may not know this about this person, the person that you are trying to connect to is a selfish lover. Now, this let me clear this up. This does not mean that he or she is going to show up at your job like, why are they talking to you? What they looking at you for? No, not that. But selfish in so much that they want your full attention. Not necessarily that they don't want you paying attention to anything else that you have to do. A lot of you don't know this about this person yet. You find that out. And again, you see marriage and pregnancy up there in the corner. Very much so. Very much so. Same energy is back here. This selfish part, though, may catch you off guard. That might be the thing that has you up at night asking about, I didn't know he was like that. He seemed so nice. And he just out of the clear blue just went boom. It's not a bad thing. Let me put it to you like this. It's not an overly possessive, trying to track you down, stalk you on your job type shit. It has more to do with how this person receives love. This includes sex too. Let's throw that on, just put that up there on the wall. And this may just be something that just got you up at night going, I don't know, I didn't know that. I didn't know. It's not a bad thing. And it certainly is nothing that should have you up for the whole 8 hours of the night. But it will have you in your head asking questions. The best thing for this is to ask that person, how do you feel about? What do you feel about? I didn't know you were like that. That's kind of cute. Some of you may like that. But understand, as far as being a selfish lover, they want your undivided attention when they have you. So when you're at home, this has got that kind of energy to it. This person is not going to be tolerant of you being on the phone for 6 hours while you talking to your BFF about some bullshit. That kind of thing. And rightfully so. I mean, if you're in a relationship, there's certain things that you need to do. Again, the 5 of Cups is popping up in my head. Walking away from behaviors you yourself may have. And that may be one of your things. You like to talk to your friends and your family, and you're cool because you're at home. And as a Taurus, the way we think, if we're at home and you can see me regardless of what I'm doing, we expect everybody to be cool with that. Not necessarily. So this is really resonating with those of you that are in relationships or getting ready to get into a cohabitating, however, relationship, and what you're doing within that framework. That's where the selfish lover part will come out. Third week in September with the Seven of Swords sitting on top of the Four of Wands. Marriage, once again, I'm just all over the fucking board, is there. With that, when people realize you're in a good relationship, what the fuck do they do? Start running their damn mouth about, you ain't to me, I ain't just here. I don't know what he want her for. I don't know what she want him for. That kind of energy. Keep walking. Don't get up. Don't let anybody get up in your head. This is the message here. Do not let anybody get up in your head and fuck up the good shit. I'm gonna just say it. Don't do it. They're going to be people because we're changing. If you didn't know, the earth, the world, the country, all of it, changing. People may still be stuck on some old, outdated, outmoded way of thinking about their relationship. Don't let them create any misunderstandings in your shit. Let's just put that there. Keep it moving. Don't get stuck on stupid. With the Queen of Wands sitting on top of the Strength card, and I'm using this one as your centerpiece, you're going to need some strength. And I know it sounds counterintuitive because, again, many of you are making the heart choice and not the head choice. You're going, if I'm making the heart choice, why do I need strength? You're going to need strength because you are making a heart choice. So when you make a head choice, you can kind of see your future laid out in front of you because it's the head choice. It's logical, it's practical, it's there. You can see it. You can kind of map out the next 6 months. Many of you are not making that choice. You're making another choice, and you can't see the next 6 months because you don't know. Rightfully so with a pandemic and coronavirus and some other bullshit. Yeah, that makes sense. Stay the course. Do what you need to do to stay in balance. Don't let anybody take you off your game. You that bitch. I said it. Carry it like that. Don't let anybody take you off of what you're doing. For many of you, I'm going to say this. The less said, the better. Which just brings us right over here to the Three of Wands and the Empress. Talking about the coming prosperity. I'm going to say it one more time. From beginning to end, from the Seven of Swords to the Three of Wands. You got motherfuckers, and I said that word, I did. You got people that's really trying to just jump in your shit. And this is a nasty energy. This is why I'm agitated right in this moment. This is very nasty energy. There are people that are jealous, Taurus. Let's just kick this shit out here. There are people that are jealous of you. I say this to my cousin all the time. She's beautiful. And other females just don't like it because she's got prime friendships with a lot of guys. And I think it's awesome. Females be hating. Understand this energy. Anybody that thinks that they can get their little flame lit, you heard me, off your shit, you heard me, they gonna try. Now, you running, and here we come back to the Strength card, on the strength of the choice that you made is not going to betray you. That energy is not here, but just know and understand with the coming prosperity, see, wrote on there, with the coming prosperity coming into your life, there's going to be a 1 or 2 shot coming. Now, I don't think you have anything to worry about because I think the person that most of you are choosing is into you just as much as you're into them, although they may be showing it in a different way. I don't think you have anything to worry about. And that's the good part of this. So, again, don't get caught up. And this is later in the month. You know, this is after people see and start hearing you chirping around like, hey, happy is going on, da. You know, the fuck that bitch happy for? Yeah, that part right there. Keep it moving. Don't let them get up in your head. This is seriously a mind game going on here, so just know that part. Don't let them get up in your head, start telling you what you can and cannot do. How come you don't need this person, that person, or the other? Centerpiece. Keep your swag and exhibit whatever strength you need to exhibit to keep your shit going. We get to the last week. I'm just so sick of it. It's just love, love, love. However, don't let any self-deception, any other bullshit, don't let misunderstandings, and then see that right there with the wedding dress on, don't let any of that keep you from making the kind of commitment that you want. You see all the different little things on the card. Don't let any of that keep you from getting the kind of commitment you want. And this is really talking about outside sources. The Seven of Cups with the big deck also speaks to wishful thinking. There may be some part of your relationship you're trying to rosy color. Don't do it. Don't do it. Accept your relationship in its totality without any kind of expectation or any object of trying to change something. Just, if you are going with the heart decision, go with it. Don't try to change that person or have them doing something else. Don't let that head part get into the heart part. I know y'all like, huh? Follow your intuition and have some faith and expect a good outcome. That's what I'm going to tell you. Because if you get caught up in your head, you let a lot of other people tell you some bullshit, not going to work. Some of you may need to slow down, because as Tauruses, once we get something in our little hooves and we decide that's the direction we're going in, done deal. And we are off and running to the races, running with the bulls. Slow down. I know, I think it was Taurus Weekend Update. The Woo Woo is Wonderful card popped up. And I said we don't enjoy this space of falling and being in love at the beginning, because we are busy trying to get to the damn altar without enjoying all the shit that goes along with it before you get to the altar. Slow your ass down. What you want me to tell you? And don't let other shit get in the way of what you're trying to do. Don't let that mess with your level of commitment, the level of sacrifice you're willing to lay out for this person. Because it feels like a lot of y'all like, fuck it, I'm ready to do it now. If you need to slow down. And just be mindful of any outside interference. With the Justice card sitting on top of the Eight of Wands, talking about that fast communication. Yes. And this is about you seeking opportunities to grow within your relationship. And that's the big girl right there. She's just the Justice chicky. Most of you will see things that in other relationships may have failed, or people that may have failed you. Karma is just going to swing it right back to you and make things the way that they should be. So a lot of you, this is talking about old hurts being healed. So you may have some communications, some quick, fast communications coming from exes. I'm sorry, you need to do that, For many of you, the very person that you were trying to make this heart over head decision for, sorry baby, I didn't mean to do it, take me back. It's that kind of energy. Towards the end of the month, going into the month of October, you may feel some of this. It feels like by the time you get to this point, many of you will have already made your decision. So if it's anybody coming in after that, they're going to be just ass out of luck anyway. But justice is working in your favor in love. At the end of the month, might get a little foggy, a little bit of confusion, some miscommunication, confusion down there about what's going on. This has the energy of moving. I see boxes and trucks, so try to be as clear as you can be in that process. If you're moving in together, there may be just some mass confusion. You just dump all the shit in the living room and sort it out later. Don't fight this. You're a little foggy. Don't fight it. Just go with it. Be as clear as you possibly can be in this situation. Make your intentions, set them out there so that things will go a little smoother for you. This energy will probably clear up mid-October. So this really just feels like the chaos and confusion that goes along with combining something together or bringing two people together. Some of you may be at the point where you're planning a wedding. All the shit you got to go through to get married nowadays on Zoom, I'm just saying, there may be that foggy, misty, all over the road type shit. Be mindful of that. Let's see, we want to do granny cards, I guess. You know what? No, not yet. Not yet. We'll do rebel cards. See what the rebel cards got to say about this heart over head decision. I don't think it's a bad decision, Taurus, especially if it's the one that's really resonating with you. It may not be the easy choice that you're making. And I dare say some of this energy is probably going to spill over into your professional life, making that head over heart or heart over head decision about working. So it's probably going to be the prevailing energy for the month of September about making those types of decisions and where things land. This is good though. As long as you stay away from the naysayers and people telling you what you shouldn't be doing, you should actually be good. Many of you have done the inside work that you needed to do to be in this position in the first place. So keep moving. It might be some setbacks. It may be even some second guessing. I'm looking over here at the strength card. That's okay. Don't let that keep you from doing what you want to do or getting what you're trying to get. U equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. U equals tight ass. Loosen the fuck up. Control freaks don't get laid. And I get that here. Some of you, because again, this is bigger than you. You may be trying to put a lot of, what you don't see on the board is the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. Those are the two biggies when it comes to setting up boundaries. They ain't here. So yes, you need to have boundaries in place, but loosen the fuck up. Shit. You done made a happy decision. Now you want to control the whole thing. You can't do that. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. I get it. Things feel like they're out of control. That's our instinct. We're bulls. We'll tighten it up real quick. We ain't doing shit. Ain't nobody going nowhere. Yeah, that part. Loosen up. Loosen up. This is all good. Some of y'all, I guess, do need to get laid. Have sex. Do you really need a card for this? Loosen up, Taurus. Loosen the fuck up. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, didn't I just talk about the King and the Queen of Swords? That's why you don't see them. Your boundaries are trash. Yeah, your boundaries are trash. Block those bad vibes. Those of you, again, it's control. Just talking about the King and the Queen. This is a heart decision, Taurus. Maybe I need to say that part. Most of you, however this is resonating, most of you are making a heart decision. That means your boundaries are kind of going to go out the window. You need to flow with this. You can't just be a tight ass. You know, no, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Body talk. Listen to your intuition. Listen to what it's telling you. It ain't going to Do you see that heart? It's stuck over there, right there. Yeah, that heart. Listen to it and enjoy it. If your heart is talking to you every time you talk to this heart person that you're dealing with, enjoy that energy. I said this. That energy heals you. I don't think a lot of people understand. When you fall in love, that energy helps your body at a microcellular level. Go Google it. It does. It makes you feel better. It makes you act better. It makes you talk and walk better. Just saying. But listen to your body. Listen to your intuition, and go with it. And I say that, expect the best for a change. And quit belly aching back. You expect the best now. Quit tripping. Quit the fuck tripping. And you see that's a 3. Where's my 3 of Cups? A little celebration card. There it is. Expect the best. Those of you that may be pregnant, don't start all this shit with the coronavirus. Stop. Expect the best. Don't be feeding all that negative vibratory energy to your baby. I'm just saying. Expect the best. Some of y'all need to take some downtime. Comes to love, you just need to take some downtime. You know what you want. You made your decision. Now go do something else. Give your brain a break. I know y'all like, no. Okay, so that's the love portion for September 2020 for Taurus. I love you guys. I will be back here soon to do the rest of Taurus September 2020. Love y'all. Bye-bye.